Transactional leadership is defined as a leadership style that focuses on results and one that conforms to the existing structure of an organisation. It measures success according to an organisation's system of rewards and penalties. Staff are trained to work through either the pride in reward or the fear of penalties. The feelings and self-motivation of the workforce are not as important, as results always come first. The transactional leader has formal authority and a position of responsibility within an organisation. This type of leader has responsibilities such as maintaining routine by managing an individual's performance and also facilitating group performance. They define expectations and promote performance. The characteristics of a transactional leader are as follows. They are focused on short-term goals, they favour structured policies and procedures, thrive on following rules and making sure things are done correctly. They revel in efficiency, tend to be more inflexible due to the fact that they focus on the short term. They are opposed to change and will only intervene in a situation if it is demanded. Examples of transactional leaders in crisis. A transactional leader is more likely to succeed in a crisis that requires linear and specific processes, ones that are results driven and need someone who can focus on the crisis using structured analysis and procedures. Hewlett-Packard are a good example, as they are a company known for their extensive use of management by exception. Other examples are high-level members of the military, CEOs of big corporations and coaches from aspects such as NFL and NBA. A good example of a transactional leader in times of a crisis is the story of Catherine Peng. In March 2013, it was reported that Volkswagen was selling cars with faulty gearboxes, and there started the crisis at Volkswagen. The situation was said to be one that could have cost the company millions of pounds in losses. However, the leadership behaviours of Catherine Peng, who had only been on the job 2 months, meant that Volkswagen could overcome the crisis. Catherine Peng set goals for the company to follow in order to overcome the disaster. First, she apologised to Chinese customers, then had everyone at the company work hard to ensure that 380,000 cars were recalled. All affected cars had complete repairs to the gearbox at no cost to the customer. Volkswagen then later announced a programme that would deal with the issues in the gearbox. Should further issues happen, they would be resolved quickly. After this, Catherine Peng organised one-on-one meetings with top management and employees in the company in order to set out a plan in case any future risk occurred. This meant if a problem occurred, there was already a plan in place to understand how it could be fixed quickly to avoid future crisis.
What is the 5-factor model? The 5-factor model is a model that shows the 5 most important personality traits that an individual might demonstrate. Discovered by researchers Lewis Goldberg, Robert McRae and Paul Costa, the model was used to identify the traits of an effective leader. The model consists of 5 traits: extroversion, agreeableness, openness to experience, neuroticism and conscientiousness. A personality test is used to determine the effective leadership traits an individual might possess. Each trait is scored from high to low. Certain combinations can be used to determine whether an individual is suitable for a specific job role or leadership style. The crisis situations mentioned earlier are demonstrations of some of these traits being implemented for different leadership styles.
After carefully reviewing all crises, the most attractive factors that appeal to the most favourable leadership style is authentic transformational leadership. Pseudo-transformational leaders are egocentric in terms of getting themselves out of a crisis rather than working with a team, whereas authentic transformational leadership are highly sought as they work with followers on their side. This is best used in a crisis as it provides a team-based input in surviving a crisis. This is the most favourable leadership style because its foundations are based on motivating and inspiring their followers at the most difficult of times. Furthermore, it provides strong external relationships that may be useful in crisis times, such as trading resources, working with other leaders, and having a trustworthy reputation. Authentic leaders are more likely to exhibit behaviours in correspondence to dealing with crises. These behaviours include promoting high morales throughout the workplace in times of crises, motivating and uplifting their followers, and providing realistic strategies for a positive change. Authentic leadership is most favorable as followers look for guidance from their leaders, and authentic leaders are able to provide this. Leaders who obtain these attributes are most likely to gain respect, commitment, and loyal followers. Therefore, leaders with these traits are able to take control and manage a situation. Authentic leaders are more likely to obtain respect and admiration from their leaders, as they are usually considered positive role models within a crisis situation. Authentic transformational leaders have the ability to motivate and inspire their followers. Furthermore, they are able to develop their followers' skills and recognize the value of education and knowledge within the workplace. Northouse also suggested that authentic transformational leaders are able to work together with their followers to benefit from a crisis and to overcome it. This can be seen in the crisis caused by the earthquake in China. Authentic transformational leadership styles are most favorable within a crisis as they bring a broken team together to overcome a crisis, thus bringing a team back together in the most stressful of times.